Time now for our international press review. In the papers, as ever, we have a comprehensive look at the world's press. Today, Catherine Norris-Trent is here with a stack of stories and newsprint on your fingers. Catherine, take it away.
Well, starting off, ahead of Clinton and Hillary Clinton's meeting with Sergei Lavrov, Russian and American foreign ministers, their meeting for the first time, top high-level meeting. Lots of speculation about what the future shape of US-Russia relations will be. As an example here in the French newspaper, Le Figaro, if you can see that drawing, it's of a Russian dollar babushka with Obama. That's on sale in Moscow ahead of that meeting there. So lots of excitement and speculation.
He could take that as a compliment, couldn't he?
He could, or it could be just a merchandise, a marketing
I suppose it depends who's inside the dolls, isn't it? It'll be Clinton will be in there, I suppose. Bill, not Hillary. You know.
Who knows? But anyway,
the
Russian paper, the Moscow Times, that English language paper there, they say the US shouldn't hope for too much because actually Russia hasn't got that much influence over Iran. The US is probably looking for help over the Iranian dossier about their nuclear program there. But Russia says apart from vetoing the vote on the UN Security Council, there's not actually that much they can do. So a rather negative view there from the Moscow Times.
Did they mention about supplying Iran with enriched uranium? They
Funnily
don't talk
enough,
about
that didn't feature heavily in the article.
Okay. What's next?
More positive note from Hillary Clinton, again, in the French newspaper The Figaro. She's written an article. It's been translated into French in The Figaro, and it's ahead of International Women's Day, which is coming up on Sunday. But there's a lot of coverage about Women's Day in the press at the moment. Maybe that's communications agencies and PR operatives going into overtime. But Clinton's article, she's quite upbeat. She said she's seen a lot of progress during her travels around the world previously and now as Secretary of State. But there's still a lot of hard work to be done, and we need to remember that in the time of economic crisis. It's a necessity. And illustrating the amount of hard work that needs to be done, there's an article in Saudi Arabian edition of an pan-Arabic daily Al Hayat, and there's just an illustrative article of the differences in women's rights around the world. There are apparently less and less women are getting married. So now one solution that's been a roaring success is to put women's names into a hat and pick them out a husband in that way. So perhaps not very emancipated there.
Hang on a minute. I find it hard to take that one in. They put their names in a hat, pull that out, and then they get married that way.
And a lottery system.
That's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Well, apparently it's working, and it's a big success.
Okay, that's absolutely mad. Now, there's a bit of a backlash about Barack Obama. He's had a nice honeymoon period, I suppose, as president, but it's all starting to go, well,
a bit more negative.
Sour, is that an exaggeration?
Yeah,
maybe?
It's not. I mean, it's not cutthroat yet. But for a while, he's been the golden boy in the press. Can do no wrong.
That's the way he said yet.
Yet we will wait and see. But basically, there's slightly more negatively toned articles creeping in, especially in the US press. The Chicago Tribune has an article, like several US papers, about Obama has been naming several policy czars. There's an environment czar. There was going to be a health czar, and a government performance czar even. And the Chicago Tribune quotes senators and interest groups saying this is too much. These people aren't democratically representative, and there are going to be clashes between all these.
This sounds like he's copying a third-term Tony Blair-type policy. Tell us about his grey hair.
I mean, The Guardian, the UK newspaper, has a photo sequence of Obama's increasingly salt and pepper hair. Now, unbelievably, Obama's only been in office for 45 days, but The Guardian is worrying that...
It's gone grey in that time.
Yeah, well, those are photos over a longer period of time, actually, so they're slightly cheating.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with going grey, I hope. Tell us about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, just quickly, he's doing his comeback tour. He's trying to relaunch himself, but the British press isn't giving him much of a break. Lots of articles about Wacko Jacko. In the Metro, they've got a photo of him there with his...
It's an easy target, though, isn't he?
It is an easy target, and they've just come up with the 10 most embarrassing stories, 10 most embarrassing Wacko Jacko moments. So,
That's great.
Lots of material. And the Daily Telegraph, also a broadsheet paper in the UK, they've got a photo of Michael Jackson dangling his baby over a third-floor hotel balcony.
Yeah, I remember that. That was absolutely ridiculous, but he's a very strange character.
Lots of material for the papers to
I'm
draw
afraid
on.
we have to leave it there. We could go on for another press review, I'm sure. You've got lots of material, but sadly, time's against us. You're watching France 24. Stay with us. We, though, will carry on. So...
For all the day's financial news, join GDF Suez for Business Report.